Hello, I'm Ricky Dean Wittrigg, and this is The Deep Dive. Today, we'll meet one of the people that makes our community so special. You may know them very well, or you may not know them at all. But either way, we're going to take a deep conversational dive with them and hear what makes them so unique and so interesting. So here we go on our deep dive of the day. For our listeners out there, welcome to the deep dive. Today's a chamber chat edition, which is where we interview members of the Chamber of Commerce. And today's guest is a friend of mine, Melanie Long. She and a co-owner own the White Room, which is I'm going to call it a franchise because they have two locations. One's in Murfreesboro and one's here in Lebanon. And they've been serving the community uh, for, I'm going to guess, 2 decades. Melanie, how long have you been in business?
The White Room's been open since 2000, but since we've owned it 19 years. I've worked in it 20 years. We actually closed our Murfreesboro location during COVID, so which was a blessing. It was hard to staff two locations, and also our lease was up. We had already tracked that customers were shopping both locations, so it was a comfort thing when we had to shut down for being whatever the not important business.
Non-essential?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was like just kind of like an answer to something we were asking ourselves over and over. So we did not renew our lease and we consolidated the two locations.
But you do have two now, or you're at Lebanon, the Lebanon location?
All in Lebanon.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I know you've been serving our family, my daughter and Isabella and Donna for 20 years. And
Yeah.
if you folks have not been to the White Room, Melanie and her co-owner, they have a happy business. So they're providing stunning gowns, wedding dresses, and making women happy on their special day, whatever that special day was. I know Isabella's got prom dresses and dance dresses, and well, someday it's going to be a wedding dress. Not quite yet, but I always go in there. When I do go in there, your team is always ready, willing, and able to help. You have always put my family and everybody's family in the perfect gown for that person for that occasion. And I'm just going to say thank you very much, because you've made my wife and my daughter very happy on a lot of occasions.
Oh, well, thanks for including us. It's so fun to be a part of those occasions, even if we're just behind the scenes.
Well, you make it very special. Hey, how did you get involved with this? How did the White Room was, you said, was owned by somebody else, and then you decided that you and your co-owner would be better at running it, or I'm not sure how that works.
So, out of college, I kind of was in a transition where I didn't know if I wanted to stay in Tennessee or move elsewhere or whatnot. So, the lady that owned the store prior to Erica and myself, she did event planning and such. So she had done a couple parties for my family or family friends, and then done a couple weddings for us too. So I thought it would be fun to work with her on the event planning side, but she needed someone to work in the store. So I kind of started working there as a joke because I didn't have any interest in the store.
I'll just go work there. What the heck?
Yeah, it won't be something that I'm married to. And funny how God had a different plan for me. So, yeah. So then she decided later on, I loved it instantly. I loved hearing the stories of the customers and just getting to make people feel so good about themselves. And I don't know, it's a very rewarding job. And so I think once it gets in your blood, I've never worked in the food industry, but I'm sure people would compare it to that. Like once that gets in your blood, like the service industry, I think you just you either love it or you never want to do it again. And I loved it. And so she decided to move to Florida, and Erica and I were both there working. We thought in between jobs, and we decided to buy it from her. So, yeah. So it just happened.
This evolved organically. Essentially, just there it was.
Yeah.
Your sense of style is astonishing. You're a very lovely woman, and your style is always spot on. It's just amazing. Your home is beautiful. Uh,
Uh,
you're well suited for that type of work. That's amazing, and you're so engaging and just a very nice human. So,
well, I'm not afraid to get dirty. I've got chicken. I'm out in the chicken coop with chicken poop and all that stuff too.
well, let's talk about your chickens. What kind of chickens do you have?
Well, now I don't know the names. I'm not technical. Hawks got my last 3 through January and February. So I like to keep around 4. And so I just picked up my new 4 on Sunday. Of course, Dad gave me a 410 shotgun and just wants me to not go to work and sit out there and shoot the hawks, which is illegal.
Of course. I mean, why? That's what you should do.
You need that. That's a critter killer. Like, that's for you to use to get something that's killing your livestock. And I'm like, okay, Dad, okay. Anyway, so I have 4 of my newest chickens. They don't have names yet because I usually let my youngest nieces name them. So they'll
So,
be okay.
are they free range? You got them in a cage, or
Um,
how-
fenced area, and then they have a little house within the fence that they can go in.
right?
Right now, while they get kind of acquainted to the area, I've got them in their little coop during the day, which I hate. I like for them to roam around, but my gosh, Sunday when I brought them home, I'm like talking to them, hey, pretty girls, all the stuff, giving them fruit and like welcoming them home. And I came inside to get something, and they had all flown over the fence. And so I don't know if you've ever had to chase a chicken.
No, but it sounds like you have.
Well, see, the new kind, I've always had what just everyone imagines the chicken looks like. It's like red, brown, yellow feathers, whatever. These are gray and white. I don't know if that means they're faster or whatever, but they so fast. I was like, I thought, oh my gosh, I started researching new chicken like holding area.
Are the gray chickens fast? Are they?
Yeah. Well, these are just like 9-10 months old too. So they're still little. So I think when their body weight's heavier, it may be harder for them to like actually get that much air. But it's pretty comical. I mean, yeah. And I do have honeybees too, but I'm kind of new to that. I just got them in the fall and took the classes. So I'm really excited to kind of tinker with that this spring and summer.
Well, did your bees make it through the winter? I mean, it was a really cold winter. That's pretty tough on the bee population.
Yeah, they're doing great. They're thriving.
Well,
Yeah.
let's bring a couple hives out here. I'd love to have some. I wouldn't know how to do it, but you could show me, I guess.
Well, yeah, I'm slowly learning, but they're so fascinating. You would love it.
So, what do you find fascinating about them?
I mean, we wouldn't have anything if we didn't have bees.
That is a given, and there's been a lot of colony collapses, and there's been parasites, and the honeybees have had a struggle here for quite a while. Are they getting better? I mean, of course, you're helping this by having the hives out there.
Um, I I really, I mean, I guess some people treat their hives. I didn't treat mine. I read different like views on that, and so I didn't treat mine.
Treating with what? Treat.
Like for mites and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that's what kills them off. Like I mean, we had to study all of this, and again, I took like I don't know, a 1 week course at the fairgrounds, and it was just so fascinating. I mean, to the point where their legs, two of their legs have tiny little hooks on them that was specifically put on there just to scrape the pollen off once they get back to the hive after working all day. Now, if you don't believe in God and you hear how specific these things are made, how could you not? Right?
Well, I do believe in God, and I
Yeah.
think He's got a good plan going here.
Yeah, I mean, no kidding. There's just so many details about these bees. Like they can speak to each other if they find a good spot. Like the women are the only hunters too. The men don't do anything really.
It's the
Um,
same with lions and lionesses. The women do all the work.
I
It's
can't believe it. So the like when they're out hunting and finding like, you know, pollen and all the stuff and whatever, if they find a good spot, they can go back and they like dance and show people the coordinates of exactly where they found it so they all can go there the next day.
nonverbal communication. They
Right.
dance around and make that happen.
Yes.
Wow.
There is so, I mean, so many things that I learned about bees that I thought, oh my gosh, I used to be scared of them. Like, they don't want us. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
If you
anyway,
step on them when you're a kid, what happens is they're sitting on a dandelion, and as a child you step on it, and then you get afraid of bees, but they're just
yeah,
to eat.
right. Yeah. So it's pretty
Okay.
neat.
So I made a few notes before I called you up. Did you tell me at one time that you lived in New Orleans? Did you
No,
come from?
I dated a guy in college and after college that lived in New Orleans. That's actually why I started working at the White Room because I thought it would be easy for me to leave that job and move to New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Well, so you went from college to the White Room and
Yes.
and never left.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a success story right there. That
Well,
is
I did an internship the summer after I graduated at the conference and event center in Knoxville. So I worked for the conferences there. Um,
what did you
because
study? What did you study then in college?
public relations and business administration.
Well, that worked out
Yeah,
because you needed both of those for your occupation.
I,
Funny how that worked out.
yeah. I mean, it happened, and of course, I know what I wanted to do when I went into college or got out of college. I mean, it just, I don't know, it just kind of worked out on its own, I guess.
So you have a lot of things going on, and I was wondering what gets you up in the morning? What gets you excited when you think about what are you thinking about recently or reading recently that's got your attention?
Oh gosh. Um, well, I just actually at 43 years old, I just joined the public library.
Wow.
I, I've been buying all these books on my Kindle, and I realized that or like paying for Audible books, and you can like use the library Libby app for that stuff. And
There's
I, I
there's literally a place that you can go for books. It's called a library. What?
yes, that's like I like really nice things, but I also like so frugal. So it has made my day. I am listening to a book that is really good, and I am reading a book on my Kindle, courtesy of the library.
Oh no, oh now you've just updated me. Instead of an actual book, you can go and get the Kindle versions there. You can get
You
the
can download the app. If you have a library card, you download the Libby app. You put your library card number in, and you can check books out online to read with your library card. So
That's
see,
amazing. That's
right.
I've been educated here today.
Okay, see? I mean, hey, I did not know. A friend did tell me last year and I kind of was like, yo, whatever. And then when I realized how much I was spending, last Monday I was finishing Demon Copperhead, which was an incredible book.
Fiction,
And
nonfiction. Is that what is that? Fiction?
but it kind of has to do with the opioid crisis. It's I would encourage you to listen to it because the narrator has such a good voice. Like just he is so in character. It's good. Anyway, I just found out you can listen to the book through Spotify, and so I thought, oh, I'm going to listen to this one. Well, apparently Spotify only lets you listen to so many hours a month. So I reached my hours last Monday morning while I was doing yard work, and I had 3 chapters left of the book.
Oh no.
So then I was like, okay, I have been saying I'm going to get my library card. I'm just going to do it today. So I went by the library, got the card. It was already checked out. They only keep so many electronic copies, so there wasn't enough. So I was able to check the book out to finish the last 3 chapters and get it finished. But yeah, I'm a proud library card carrier.
So that the library in Lebanon is on West Main on the south side. It's like a low rise building. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but any library, everyone's hometown library, you have the ability once you have your card to get that Libby app, and gosh, you can read and listen to all kinds of things for free. Why aren't we doing this? Like,
I don't know. Well, I'm changing my ways. I'm definitely, as of today, going to get my card and sign the oath or whatever it is and become a library person. That is amazing. When I went to school, it was a long time ago. There's a little Dewey card system or something. You
yeah,
go out there and do that. Do they still have that
all,
thing?
I don't know. All I had to do was like write my name, address, show her my driver's license, and sign one spot. I was in and out of there with the book in like 3 minutes.
Oh, this is like a dream come true.
It was crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. What gets me up in the morning? I don't know. I like what I do. I love going to work. I'm excited to see who I'm going to meet that day at work, or who I'm going to be able to help, or like, I don't know, just kind of like what God has planned for me that day. Like, how can I shine his light on people? I don't know. I wake up, I start my coffee, but I don't let myself have any until I've fed the chickens and taken the dog out and checked on things outside. And then I have my coffee, do my devotional. Sometimes I write in my journal and then just kind of tinker around until I need to put it on speed and like get ready for work and get there.
So your mornings are like a meditation, a time to reflect and just be yourself and be in your own head and just be
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
That's a great way to start the day. That is a marvelous way to. I bet you read the Bible too, a little Bible reading in there somewhere.
Yeah. I do. And sometimes the daily reading, I'm like, I,
I have to read again.
I that that one hit home a little too hard. I
Well,
did that lesson today. Save that one next week.
well, you mentioned going in, meeting people, and helping them, and it seems like our culture has gotten away from true service and helping people. Your guidance, this is what you do. And then you bring in a young lady or whoever, and you guide her into something that looks right and is right for her or that occasion. And you really provide a service for the community, you and your staff, which again, you've always had wonderful young ladies in there when the few times I've been in there, and that's huge nowadays. Do do you see that, or do people come to you specifically for that, or because you have a great inventory, or?
Um, some of both. I try to tell my coworkers, you know, women are so self-conscious. Like they feel like their hair doesn't look good, or they wore the wrong shoes, or they don't like the shirt they have on. We're so critical of ourselves. So I just tell them, like, they're so nervous when they pull in our parking lot, and it's our job to immediately welcome them and make them feel comfortable with themselves, with us. Like we have one shot to make them feel comfortable and let that burden like go when they walk in. And the younger girls don't understand that as well. So I have to tell them that it's kind of like how your parents saved to take you to Europe or to Disney World or whatever. Like, what if you saved to take your child to Disney World and you get there and Mickey Mouse is in a bad mood? Like,
Right.
and won't pick the child. Like, whoa. I mean, that's just terrible. Um, so we don't take it lightly. We know that we have an important job to be a part of people's special moments and let them tell us about it and really care about it, and just, I don't know, make the moment even better and give them a special moment in our store. They have that one time that they walk out and get the goosebumps in their dress and like maybe cry or just twirl around and feel amazing or whatever it is, and we get to be a part of that. So that's pretty cool.
That's astonishing. Again, you have a happy business, very, very happy business. And you touched on something that I didn't even consider. You said that some of the young ladies or men or women are almost scared to come in. They're
Yeah.
I would not have anticipated that.
Well, it's the pretty woman thing. In the movie when Julia Roberts walks in the store and the women won't help her.
oh, right.
I mean,
But you would, because I can't even conceive of that happening in your store. They don't know you well enough to understand that you're going to be welcomed with open arms.
they've driven from Kentucky or Nashville or Smith County or Cookville or wherever, or maybe from 2 miles down the road. But if they've not had a reason to shop with us before, they don't know. They just think that we sell expensive gowns, and they're nervous. They don't know what they want, and they don't know how much they're willing to spend. And they're scared to spend that much on a dress or whatever. I mean, it's not like it's a $50 purchase.
Like they're buying some earrings at Walmart or something like that. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
fascinating. That is really revealing a lot to me. That I've got to readjust on some of that. Of course, it's difficult I mean, our society places such a burden on women, and you're helping these young ladies get through that. That's just amazing.
It's fun. We hope we help give them confidence, and we're their cheerleaders. I mean, we are. Um, so, and we're like, come back, show us pictures. When everyone in your family's tired of looking at your pictures, come.
Bring them in.
I
We want
mean,
to see it.
yeah. I mean, you can only like ooh and ah over like hundreds of pictures with your child or your niece or your whoever, but show them to us. Like we'll ooh and ah over them. We'll scream, we'll yell, we'll repost them to our page. Then you can watch our page and see people say how pretty you are on our, whatever.
Oh, you have the website. They can post their images on your website,
On our social media.
on your social media, like Instagram or X.
Yeah, all that.
Do you use X? Do you use that?
No,
Twitter?
I don't. I'm so old school. Like, I don't even know what that is. Is that Twitter?
Yeah, they change it from Twitter to X,
My
What?
dad sends me articles on Twitter all the time. So I guess I do use it when I read something he sent, but I don't even know that I have an account. I mean,
I wouldn't know
like,
how to use it. I
yeah,
oh.
mhm.
Well, Melanie, I know you're busy, and I really thank you so much for joining us today. This is prom season. I know you blocked this bit of time out for us, and I really really appreciate what you've done for us today.
Thanks. I was glad to be with you.
Folks, that's the end of our show for today. Please join us. We're on Instagram. We are on X, although I don't know how that is. We're on Facebook, and you can just look it up. Ricky Dean Wittrig on the Deep Dive. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us. As we wrap up another insightful episode of the Deep Dive, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the excellent guests we had today and also our loyal listeners. Special thanks go to our sponsors, Fire Pit Art, the best fire pits on the planet, and Powder Coat Art for high quality metal powder coating. If you've enjoyed this, please connect with us on social media and tell your friends how much you enjoyed the program. And always remember, when you want to find your way home, it's always bubbles up. Thanks. Have a good day.